Interesting matches will be presented in the 2022-2023 Spanish League. The dual-titled El Clasico, which brings together Real Madrid and Barcelona, will be presented on Saturday the 15th of October 2022. The first round of El Clasico this season will be presented in the 9th jornada of the 2022-2023 Spanish League. This time, Real Madrid acted as the host, because the match was held at the Santiago Bernabéu. Both teams have impressed in the domestic competition this season. How not? Real Madrid and Barcelona are teams that have not lost so far. They also both collected 22 points. That's why this important match can be interesting. Unfortunately, it's a different story when it comes to the performance of the two teams in European competition. Real Madrid and Barcelona have far different provisions. Los Galacticos have also never lost in the group stage of the 2022-2023 Champions League. They are top of Group F, with a total of 10 points. While the Blaugrana actually stumbled in Group C, swallowing 2 defeats and only 1 win. They are threatened out of the Champions League, because they are in 3rd place in the standings. The draw against Inter Milan, which they recently achieved, is feared to affect the mentality of Xavi Hernandez's team. This was stated by Sergio Busquets after the match. It's clear that this result can affect us ahead of the El Clasico. We have to bounce back, Busquets was quoted as saying by Football España. If you look at the record of the meeting between the two, Real Madrid is indeed the favourite. Of the last 5 parties, Madrid won 3 times. While Barcelona won twice, one of which was only a friendly match. What is clear, if Barcelona want to rise, this week's El Clasico will be the right moment to do it. However, it will be a difficult job, because Real Madrid are ready to make them miserable. Raphinha heated up the atmosphere by throwing Wars ahead of El Clasico, Real Madrid vs Barcelona in the Spanish League. El Clasico match between Real Madrid vs Barcelona will be held at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, Saturday the 15th of October 2022 local time. Real Madrid and Barcelona both swallowed a draw in their last game in the Champions League. Real Madrid were held by Shakhtar Donetsk 1-1, while Barcelona drew 3-3 against Inter Milan. El Clasico matches are always hot, both on and off the field. Now before the match, the Barcelona player, Raphinha, began to heat up the atmosphere. Raphinha said Real Madrid is a team that must be careful ahead of the meeting with Barcelona. I'm a little worried about El Clasico, but I'm okay with my thoughts. We are the leader of the table, said Raphinha. I'm not saying I'm afraid, but if anyone has to be a little careful, it's Real Madrid. We are confident, and we will do everything possible to win, Raphinha added. Barcelona is currently at the top of the Spanish League standings with 22 points from 8 matches. Actually their points acquisition is the same as Real Madrid, but superior on goal difference. There is always someone who is pitted against when El Clasico is held. In this edition of El Clasico, 2 teams happen to have things to compete with, namely the sharpness of the spearheads in Karim Benzema and Robert Lewandowski. When viewed from the total temporary goals scored, Lewandowski is clearly superior. The Barcelona forward has scored 9 goals in 8 matches in La Liga. Benzema has so far scored just 3 goals in 5 games for Real Madrid. The small amount was not separated from the injury that had smothered him and made him absent in several matches. Even so, the living legend of Real Madrid, Raúl, actually saw Benzema would be sharper than Lewandowski when Madrid served Barcelona on Week 9 of the 2022-2023 Spanish League at the Santiago Bernabéu. Raúl's decision to choose Benzema was simple. Madrid will play in front of their own supporters. He considers this an advantage for Benzema to be able to appear more independent. The match will be very demanding of the best performance of each team. Meanwhile, Madrid will play at home in front of their fans, who of course will be the favourites, he said. Lewandowski has indeed been a quality signing in La Liga this season. He's already shown that. But I think the sharpness contest will be won by Benzema, he continued. Raúl stated that Benzema and Lewandowski have made a big contribution to each team. His contribution is more to the team's game system, so it's not just focused on scoring goals. They are both now the best strikers, along with Holland, said the coach of Real Madrid Castilla. They are players who have a very high goal-scoring ability. And they give their best contribution to the team they play for, he added. However, Raul considers victory will be much more important for each team. With the same points, whoever the winner will take over the temporary leader of the standings with a 3-point advantage. I predict the match will be very interesting, as usual. Both teams have the same points, he said. It's difficult to do an assessment now, because it's still October. But whoever comes out victorious will end the match with a stronger mentality, said Raul.